What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum and Vasily Lomachenko and Manny Pacquiao. Now, Bob Arum has outlined an ideal weight stipulation for a potential fight between Pacquiao and Lomachenko. Now, the funny thing about this fight was in talks, a couple years ago, early last year or whatnot. And Bob has stated that Loma has always stated his desire to max out at 135 due to a possible weight disadvantage of moving any higher. But Arum insists merely a 3 pounds advantage could work. I would love to see that fight. I don't think Manny Pacquiao can get down to 135, but probably we do it at a catch weight of 138, said Bob Arum. Pacquiao proved he's still one of the best around last month with his victory over Keith one-time Thurman. Now, what do I think about this fight? I think that if Lomachenko agrees to fight Manny Pacquiao at 138, he can fight at 140. You know what I'm saying? Like, those catch weights, a lot of people gave Manny Pacquiao flack about those catch weights due to his size, but now he's fighting at a full 147 pounds. There's no catch weight involved, you know? And if that's the case, that means Loma should go up and fight other fighters at 140, not just Manny Pacquiao. That has Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya written all over it, okay? All over it. I see the same pattern. If Loma can fight someone like Pacquiao is dangerous with his power, but, you know, as we've seen in the Keith Thurman fight, he gassed out. He started slowing down. That's the better word. Not really gassing out. He wasn't like Yard or Joshua. He was just, the punches did not come like they supposed to. And I don't think you could do that with Lomachenko if you haven't got him out of there in 5 rounds, which I don't know if that'll happen. But again, this is speculation and something ideal for Bob Arum, because Bob Arum wanted that particular fight when he had Manny Pacquiao in his stable before Pacquiao went over to PBC. So, but I feel with the catch weights and stuff like that, I think that, honestly, sure, I would watch it. I think it would be a good fight between two southpaws. But at Manny's age, I think Manny shows he still has a lot left. But to fight someone like Lomachenko, smaller or not, I think it would be the same way that Pacquiao beat De La Hoya. He would just be too fast, and the smaller would be an advantage, at that point. Simply because Loma would use his size as his advantage, in getting punches off, and how Manny Pacquiao defends, like a Thai boxer with his arm. He defends, he deflects a lot of punches off his arms, his forearms. That's a shoe-in for someone like Loma. Because Loma knows if you stabilize your arms to block, he knows that he can punch and move your arms and then punch you with that. I see a Fist City type fight in favor of Loma. Even though Loma got hurt by got dropped by Linares. I don't know if he was really that hurt, but he did wake up Loma, But again, this isn't something that Loma has talked about personally. This is Bob Arum's deal. That's why this really is about Bob Arum, and I think he wants to have a big fight with Pacquiao because he figures he's on his way out. Think about what Bob Arum said. Bob Arum said he didn't want to make fights like that because he didn't want to get Manny hurt. He's concerned about Manny's health and all this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? But then you want to put him in there with Lomachenko now. You know what I mean? I think Lomachenko would do probably what Keith Thurman wouldn't or intended to do. And Keith Thurman gave Manny Pacquiao a lot of problems. enough problems. Let's say that, right? When fighting him, especially when he started slowing down in the middle rounds. He got a nice quarter tank of gas in the later part of that fight, but he still had problems. Okay, so you know, Bob Arum, I think he wants to do that because he wants to give Loma that legacy torch that was passed down to Manny along with Floyd earlier a year before that, you know, especially with De La Hoya getting him out of the sport. Loma could do that, but here's the thing. If Loma could beat Manny Pacquiao at a catchweight of 138, that means he can beat a lot of fighters at another catchweight. So it's not about fighting one fight at a solution, because Loma's personal problem is his disadvantage of size, right? Well, that's what catchweights are for. Manny Pacquiao did it. Oscar De La Hoya did it. Canelo Alvarez did it. Why can't Loma do it? Loma needs to fight these guys because, honestly, he doesn't have a lot of places to go. He doesn't have a lot of options. You know, and the worst thing you can do is go back down to 130. Me counterpunching that. He wants to fight Davis at 130. Look, why are you going back down? Ask Roy Jones Jr. how that shit worked out for him, and he was extraordinary too, if not more. You know what I'm saying? So that's not going to help you when you get a certain age, especially the age Loma is now. He's like early 30s, okay? He might have to middle 30s, but when he's still fighting at this level, so a couple years of his prime, because he spent a lot of time in the amateurs, people. So going back down might not be the best solution for him. It's moving up. Okay? The older you get, the more you acclimate. Yeah, he's a small guy, but I'm pretty sure he fights at the 145, 146 when he comes into the ring. You know? And if you're that good, you should want to prove that you're that good. And I believe he's that good, but here's the thing. Does he believe he's that good? It's not about what other people think of him. A lot of people look at him as best pound for pound. Right? A lot of the people think he's just the golden goose. Right? But then if he doesn't show it or prove it or believe it himself, how are we supposed to believe that? But by fighting an age Manny Pacquiao and making this man come down to 138 when he was fighting at 147, he's the champ at 147, I wouldn't really, that's not the right thing to do if I'm Al Heyman and I'm supposed to be controlling Manny Pacquiao's career as of now. And that's if he's doing that. Sure, Manny's a pawn, but he's a pawn with a twist, okay? Because he is Manny Pacquiao. That's why he gets this type of money that he gets. You know, more than all these other PBC fighters have ever received up to this point. You know, of course, Floyd, but he's not a PB. He's a Mayweather guy. He's the son of Heyman, okay? So we can't really include him. But looking at this fight with Bob Arum, you know, trying to outline this fight, you know, I wouldn't be on board for it. And again, if I'm Manny Pacquiao, I wouldn't do it. You know, at least bring him to 140. But then again, it would contradict what Loma said he could do, or couldn't do, rather. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Bob Arum's plan for a fantasy fight between Manny Pacquiao and Vasily Lomachenko. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.